A risk of severe storms and heavy rainfall expected tonight. Your first warning forecast coming up.
Speed, sparks, and shock. Hear from the driver who witnessed this crash on a Texas tollway, serving as a warning to other would-be street racers.
We've been told that our numbers may increase, but we don't know for sure.
Welcoming asylum seekers along the southern border, the concerns for the helpers already stretched that their job will get even tougher. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Rush. A mystery in Austin. Someone snuck onto a ranch and cut off the hair of close to a dozen horses. As KXAN's Sam Stark tells us, those who run the ranch don't know why it happened or what could be next.
Around 20 minutes from Austin's bustling downtown, there's a tranquil farm home to chickens, a barn cat, goats, and horses. Kathy manages the horse stables. She said this past week something disrupted the tranquility.
We had some horses go to a show, and afterwards the owners found cut pieces, and then we started basically searching the herd.
After their search, they realized over 20 of the 35 horses were vandalized. Many of them had massive chunks of their long, grown-out locks cut off. Others had a couple of inches of their manes snipped.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
It makes me angry.
Sure. If you're wondering why, you're not alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I did various different crafts. Yeah. Maybe weird voodoo. I don't know. You know, I can't rule out the maliciousness of it.
Melissa Lester owns a 1,500-pound horse named Perseus. A large chunk of his mane was chopped.
Messes things up for when we go to shows and things like that. It's going to look weird. And he also does modeling and photo shoots, and has even done some YouTube videos. It's just one more thing I have to worry about. And then this will take probably another 5 years at least to grow out.
Thankfully, none of the horses appear to have been harmed. In West Austin, Sam Stark, KXAN News.
And employees are considering installing cameras to try to prevent something like this from happening again. Well, the SWAT situation in Round Rock this morning was resolved peacefully. Round Rock police responded to an apartment complex in the 1500 block of South Interstate 35. According to police, a person was barricaded but eventually came out and was taken into custody. Officials say the incident was isolated and the public was not in danger.
First warning weather with Chief Meteorologist David Yeomans.
Well, check it out. A little rain shower this afternoon in central Austin, right here outside of the KXAN downtown studio. Potential precursor of what could be on the way for many of us, at least, later on tonight. No rain out there right now as we take a live look from our 360 camera down at the Lorenz & Lorenz Tower. This is downtown. You can see cloudy skies, warm and muggy out there after another near record warm start this morning with a low of only 69. Temperatures right now at 74. Not much going on except for the bats coming out for their nightly snack here on the Austin area radar. One little downpour has been moving slowly up Highway 77. Little rain approaching Rockdale, but nothing severe or anything like that. To the north of us, this is what's causing the main event tonight. A slowly migrating cold front coming southward into our area. Rain and thunderstorms north of Waco along it. And later on tonight, maybe even a strong storm locally. Nothing alarming, but overnight we are all in the marginal 1 out of 5 threat of seeing a severe thunderstorm. Coming up in your forecast, I'll show you the storm timing, how much rain is possible from some of these heavy downpours, and a much colder stretch of weather that might last for some time.
Thanks, David. See you in a bit. This week, the Biden administration announced it was appealing a ruling to lift Title 42. The public health rule has limited asylum-seeking migrants from crossing the border to curtail the spread of COVID. Even with the restriction, though, the number of encounters by Border Patrol has started to increase since the record-setting month in May. The latest month with official stats, October, shows more than 230,000 were stopped, arrested, or turned away. Going in depth, the nonprofit group Team Brownsville is gearing up for the end of Title 42. If lifted, thousands more migrants are expected to cross into South Texas. Border Report's Sandra Sanchez recently toured their Welcome Center in Brownsville, already dealing with so many.
Buses come and go, dropping hundreds of migrants here at the Team Brownsville Welcome Center. Here, asylum seekers get food and supplies before leaving to other cities.
We're giving out a bag that has a hygiene kit that has toothbrush and toothpaste, things to wash, snacks, shoelaces, water, extra water, snacks.
Andrea Rudnick organizes volunteers for Team Brownsville. They have been in this building since late 2021. It belongs to the city of Brownsville, which allows the group to use it to help migrants who are legally released by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
We're still having a little trouble because they're not getting the system of coming and going that way.
Abner Arauz, a 29-year-old English teacher from Nicaragua, was grateful for the hospitality. He was among 200 adult men and women who came through in waves. He was especially thankful for something to eat.
The way that they are doing this for people that, that are coming from everywhere, just trying to get some help. So it's pretty special for me, I would say. So I was not expecting this here, but I definitely appreciate it.
Arauz and his sister traveled 25 days by car and on foot to get to the Mexican border town of Reynosa, where they crossed into Hidalgo, Texas, and were arrested by Border Patrol. After 2 days, ICE officials released them, like many asylum seekers who are allowed to remain in the United States pending their immigration court hearings. And this Team Brownsville has this welcome center with a little breakfast for you. Give you a toothbrush and some things. How does it make you feel?
Pretty special, I would say, not only for me, but all people who were here, especially because we didn't have anything, so only the paperwork we were given. So right now with the food, so of course we were pretty hungry. Actually, I was starving, I would say.
Rudnick says they help about 500 migrants every day, but if Title 42 ends on December 21st, she said they could expect 1,000 people per day.
From day to day, we really don't know what to expect. With Title 42 dropping, we've been told that our numbers may increase, but we don't know for sure.
Rudnick says they rely on donations and urge people to give. Sandra Sanchez for Border Report in Brownsville, Texas.
And as mentioned, the city of Brownsville says it can process up to 1,000 migrants a day. To learn more on how to donate to Team Brownsville, go to borderreport.com. Creating a new tradition in Central Texas, how you still have time to check out the Southern Lights Festival in Austin. But first, a heart-stopping warning to other would-be street racers caught on camera. The charges at least one driver is facing after this scary scene in the Dallas Metroplex. A warning against street racing caught on camera in North Texas this week. At least 2 people were hurt Wednesday night on the Sam Rayburn Toll in Louisville. Take a look at this coming up. The driver, who was just on his way home, says everything happened so fast.
I heard the cars before I saw them. My car just shook. And then I looked to my right and I saw 2 cars speeding. I'm thinking to myself, what idiots? Why are they driving so fast?
The Department of Public Safety says one of the drivers arrested is facing multiple charges, including intoxication assault. The other car that flipped, that's the one where the 2 people went to the hospital. As far as the car that was rear-ended and not racing, that driver was treated and released.
As our drought continues and we enter our 3rd consecutive La Nina winter here in Texas, we are tracking the opposite, the large-scale weather pattern that can bring flash flooding and can fill up our highland lakes. El Nino expected to return in 2023. You can read all about it from meteorologist Nick Bannon right now on the KXAN.com weather blog. We'll talk about the storms we expect tonight when we come back.
I know the goals, as I understand it, is for the park to be public, to be natural, to be a place for people to play and be safe. And I don't see that in any of these plans.
Big changes in the works for Zilker Park, but not all of them welcome. The park's 50-year plan is in the works, and what feedback locals had for designers, including their concerns. That's coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, it may have gotten close to 80 degrees today, but that did not keep people from enjoying some snowball fighting. To kick off its free Southern Lights Festival, the Pease Park Conservancy brought snow to Central Austin. Kids and adults got a chance to play in it and even go snow tubing. There was also live music, food, and arts and crafts, but the big draw was definitely the snow.
It helps make new friends and hang out. Also enjoy the outdoors and not be stuck on phones and cell phones and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good to get out and get a little fresh air. The festival just started a sunset light show. You have until 8 to check that out. I think the snow was probably gone, David, with the temperatures we had today.
I'm shocked they could build up that much of it. What a fun day out there. Hasn't felt much like December, but it will start to just a few days from now, and that feeling could last through Christmas, believe it or not. We'll get there in just a moment. First, though, it is a busy night here in Elroy, southeastern Travis County out at Coda. The Peppermint Parkway, another busy holiday lights show. This one drive-through, 74 degrees out there right now. If you're thinking about heading out, we are expecting only a very low chance of rain out there with temperatures in the 70s the next couple of hours. By 9 p.m. though, which is closer to closing time, that's when rain chances start to go up. So let's talk about some welcome heavy rain that many of us should see overnight tonight. I know it's catching your eye. We got a big glob of rain to our north, slowly sinking to the south. This is from a weak low pressure system traversing the state, and also from a slowly moving cold front. These two things coming together for not only rain, but the slim possibility of a couple severe storms. The chance of this is really not that high, so I don't want you to get all freaked out tonight, but the wind damage threat would be the highest if we do see a strong storm form. Hail is unlikely. Tornado, that's a low threat. We could actually even see some very minor flooding, just street flooding, puddling, things like that. I'll show you where the heaviest rain is possible in just a minute. Let's talk about how this all goes down overnight. Again, mainly dry for the next several hours. As we get closer to 10, though, this is the front sinking into the hill country. As that comes farther into our area overnight, this is the best chance of rain. Starting about midnight, a few of these showers and thunderstorms could be heavy. They could be slow moving. And until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, some heavy rain will be pretty likely, especially from Austin and I-35 through our eastern communities where some of those reds are showing up. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, this is all wrapping up, and no rain expected tomorrow, but a gray sky and north winds behind this system could actually keep temperatures kind of refreshing compared to where they've been recently. Rainfall, I'll be clear, we're not going to get what we need out of this, especially west of I-35, where less than 1/4 of an inch is what we can hope for at best. But east of Austin, this is where a 1 or 2 inch rain total is most likely. Fingers crossed that'll happen over you. We actually need it southwest of Austin, the worst. That's where drought conditions are really quite exceptional. Temperatures tomorrow, this will feel a little bit more like the season. No more 80+ degree near records that we've seen a couple of days ago. With north winds and cloudy skies continuing tomorrow, high temperatures stay in the 60s. So kind of a gray day, but a nicer feeling day if you want to get outside for a little exercise. Tonight's forecast, southeast winds turn to the north as that front moves in, 70% chance of storms, cooling us off to 60 degrees. Tomorrow looks gray but dry. North winds keep high temperatures kind of refreshing at 67 degrees. 67 is close to where we'd expect to be this time of the year, but we warm right back up on Monday and Tuesday. That doesn't last, though. The first in a series of stronger winter cold fronts brings a quick shot of rain late Tuesday, then much colder temperatures thereafter. Temperatures are in the 60s Wednesday, the 50s on Thursday, even under sunny skies, and reinforcing pushes of northerly winds may drop temperatures by next Saturday into the 30s in the morning and the 40s by afternoon. As we've been talking about for several days, this could be an extended stretch of colder than normal weather targeted right over Texas with sights set here all the way possibly through Christmas Eve. We'll be watching it for you.
This is KXAN Sports, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Very cold, David. All right, thank you. Let's build this out nice and dramatic. 4 area teams enter this weekend still live in the Texas high school football playoffs. 1, Wimberley, clinched their spot at state with a win a day ago. Another Liberty Hill saw their season end. 2 more with a shot today. Let's start with Westlake and that behemoth of a win streak against the team that nearly ended it 2 years ago, Galena Park North Shore. The de facto host struck first, but then the direct snap to Jaden Greathouse on 3rd and goal. Ball is up, and that is in. Even things up at 7. Westlake down by 9 in the 3rd quarter, but Brett Skinner to Bryce Chambers, rumbling on in, gets pushed, but he falls into pay dirt, and that is another Westlake score, down by a couple after that, but the Mustangs kept on rocking. They're up 35-19. Shaps fighting to stay in it. Skinner going to take this one himself. 2-point conversion makes it a 7-point game again. But plays like this were kind of explaining the entire game on Saturday afternoon at Rice. Long pass to Christopher Barnes, and that's just an impressive play by Mr. Barnes. Not only bring that one down, but get into the end zone. A lot of big plays for the team in red. And after a sight that people have not seen in a while, Tony Salazar and the Chaps talking afterwards, after a loss, 49-35, and that 54-game win streak now over. To the other team in, Vandegrift, led by Braden Buchanan against Katy, picked this up late with the Vipers down 7 with 7 minutes to go. Buchanan to Beck Ormond. He had a drop on the previous drive. Well, he caught this one, and yeah, he's got a while to run. We got some time to read this highlight. Inside the 15, gets one man to beat, and they called it a touchdown originally. Down at the 1, quarterback sneak a couple plays later to even things up. All right, still 28-28. 3 minutes to go, third down. This is what they dial up. A pass to the receiver, Miles Coleman, who throws another touchdown. This one to Alex with the running back, 35-28, but Katy comes back to tie it up again. Vipers driving, looking for a game winner. 30 seconds left. Buchanan, how does he even get this one off, let alone accurately to Jay Skoglund down the sideline? One more big play, and they're in field goal territory. So it's Hayden Arnold time. How big has he been? This to send them to state, 37 yards, and it is true. For the first time in school history, the Vandegrift Vipers are headed to state. Man, that was thrilling fashion. So here's the state information for our 2 area teams that made it. Wimberley and Carthage, that'll be Friday morning, and then Saturday afternoon it'll be Vandegrift against DeSoto, who took down Denton Guyer. All right, still to come, an update on Texas volleyball and how the Longhorns men's basketball team fared at home today. The Texas men's basketball team had shot up to number 2 in the country after beating a couple top 10 teams, then nearly took down a 3rd-ranked team, but Illinois bested them in overtime Tuesday. Now a chance to get back on track, hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff. Longhorns up just 3 in the first half. We'll start with Timmy Allen to Dylan Mitchell for the hammer in the second half. More of the same from the outstanding freshman up ahead on the fast break. Another dunk, and then they're emptying the bench late with the big lead. Alex Anamekwe, another freshman, gets on the score sheet, drains the triple. Longhorns take down Arkansas Pine Bluff. In volleyball, tied 1-1 at last check. Texas up in the 3rd set as they try to advance to the Final Four against the Ohio State.
All right, thanks, Noah. Let's take a quick look at the forecast with David. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys, just a few isolated sprinkles here in the Austin area. Radar lights up late tonight, though. We'll be watching it for you.
All right, thanks, David, and thank you for watching. We'll be back here at 10 o'clock. Have a great evening.